We begin with Stephen King. He is a national treasurer of terror. Since the publication of his first book, Carrie, in 1974, Stephen King has written 27 novels that have sold 150 million copies worldwide, including The Shining and Misery, has been adapted into 24 feature films and 6 television productions. What kind of books do you write?
If you ask the ordinary run-of-the-mill reader, I guess that I write horror novels. I think that what I actually write are suspense novels.
What's the difference?
I think that the purpose of the horror novel is to sort of gross you out. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you're sitting at the dining room table and you want to get to your sister or your brother, you kind of chew up your food and then, you hang your mouth open like that.
Yes.
That's horror. Suspense is a little more high class than that.
How does someone come up with an idea like The Shining? Because it's truly incredible. It's terrifying. And petrifying.
Yeah.
That was the first time that my wife and I ever had like a weekend off from the kids. And we ended up stopping at a place called the Stanley Hotel. It was their last day of the season. Everybody was leaving and nobody was coming in.
Creepy.
And we said, can we check in? And the guy said, you can check in if you can pay cash. We sent all our credit receipts back to Denver. And I happened to have the cash in my wallet. Things were a lot cheaper then.
Right.
We were the only people in that hotel, and the wind was whistling outside. The rooms were all empty.
That's eerie.
He went to sleep, and he had a terrible nightmare.
It's the most horrible dream I ever had.
It's okay now.
He woke up in a cold sweat, had a cigarette on the balcony of 217, and then was inspired to write The Shining.
This hotel inspired King, but when director Stanley Kubrick turned the book into a film, he didn't film here.
Did you like Kubrick's film of The Shining?
No. Cold. I'm not a cold guy. I have a real problem with The Shining, and Stanley Kubrick knew that I had a problem with The Shining. I had a discussion with him beforehand. He said, Stephen, Stanley Kubrick here. Don't you agree that all stories of ghosts are fundamentally optimistic? I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, if there are ghosts, it means we survive death, and that's fundamentally an optimistic view, isn't it? And I said, well, Mr. Kubrick, what about hell? And there was a long pause on the telephone line, and then he said in a very stiff and very different voice, I don't believe in hell. And I thought to myself, well, that's fine, but some of us do, and some of us believe that ghosts may survive, and that may be hell. And that was sort of where I was coming from with The Shining.
He didn't really know the field, and he didn't take any time to educate himself in the field, so that I think that might be a failure of hubris. I always thought that the real difference between my take on it and Stanley Kubrick's take on it was this. In my novel, the hotel burns. In Kubrick's movie, the hotel freezes. Jack Torrance in the movie seems crazy from the jump.
Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me, and it will then take me time to get back to where I was.
Shelley Duvall as Wendy is really one of the most misogynistic characters ever put on film. She's basically just there to scream and be stupid, and that's not the woman that I wrote about.
Did you talk to Kubrick about it?
I met him on the set. I was over in England, just out on that one meeting that I thought that he was a very compulsive man.
I read somewhere that the director had you crying 12 hours a day. Is that a little hyperbole?
No, I had to do that. He demanded realism, so I had to really cry.
It was a long shoot, and I had to cry and hyperventilate and carry a little boy and run, you know, for most of the time we shot, and that was about a year.
Look at this. Pulled all my hair. I pulled hunks of hair out on the windowsill. My back got caught.
Need to trim that.
Hunks of hair.
Oh, look.
Okay.
It just comes out.
Okay, right now, fellas.
No rushing.
There's more to come, Joe. Come on.
Come on, I'm right
Gonna
here.
set up anyway now, boys.
Go, come on, Sean. Get the dummy. No, she isn't carrying him. That's right. Okay, let's go.
For a person so charming and so likable, he can do some pretty cruel things when you're filming.
Don't sympathize with Shelley.
Don't sympathize with Shelley. Why not?
It doesn't help you, wouldn't it?
Yes, it does. It does. From May until October, I was really in and out of ill health because the stress of the role was so great. And the stress of being away from home, just uprooted and moved somewhere else. And so for me, it was just tumultuous.
And I still think you shouldn't jump on every single emphatic line. It looks fake. It really does. It looks like you...
When I'm that nervous, it's a...
Shelley, I'm telling you, it's too many times. Every time he speaks emphatically, you're jumping, and it looks funny.
I resented Stanley at times because he pushed me, and it hurt, and I resented him for it. I thought, why do you want to do this to me? How can you do this to me?
Nobody even said roll video.
There's no desperation. Oh, come on. What do you mean roll
2
video?
seconds.
We're killing ourselves out here, and you're going to be ready.
I am too. I'm standing
Should we
right
play
by
mood
the
music?
door. No, I can't
Yeah, but when you
hear.
came in like this, you just...
We're sitting there because they say, wait a minute,
okay.
and then you say on the radio,
But when you
go.
do it, you've got to look desperate, Shelley. You're just wasting your time.
I can't even get this.
We had the same end in mind. It was just that sometimes we differed in our means. And I find I really respect him and really like him, both as a person and as a director. It's taught me more than I've learned on all the other pictures I've done within 1 year's time on one picture.
I wouldn't trade the experience for anything. Why? Because of Stanley. But I wouldn't want to go through it again.
The Shining was directed by Stanley Kubrick, and in the film industry at least, his name attracts more mystery than anyone else's. What's he like? What's it like working with him?
He's perfectionist.
The essential thing about Kubrick is his absolute obsession with every single detail, no matter how small and how detailed it is. And it was his inability to ever say he was finished until he got precisely and exactly what he wanted.
I mean, he just gave me such confidence as an actor and really allowed me such freedom.
I think Kubrick was a man of genius, of real genius.
The best in history. Nobody could shoot a movie better than Stanley Kubrick in history.
But the images are striking. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Jack Nicholson's face in the doorway, he says, "Here's Johnny," which was his ad lib, and it became, you know, part of the movie. So the images are striking, but to me, that's surface. It's not substance. So
what I'm trying to say to lead back to your question is, the movie has to capture some of the spirit of the writer's heart and mind.
Do you think people are harder to scare now than they were back in the 70s?
I think that it's still possible to scare people in a really honorable way if they care about the character.
The master of terror and suspense invites you to begin a journey to a place where fear never dies.
We're going to do the scariest thing that's ever been on American television. We're really coming to get you.
Get ready for Stephen King's The Shining. From the best-selling novel comes a 3-part miniseries written by the master himself.
Your reservation for terror has been booked.
We're telling the whole story of the book.
His first question was, what did you think of the Stanley Hotel? And we both said, we have to shoot the movie there. It was the first role that we cast, was the role of the hotel. And when you see the movie, you'll realize that it is a role.
We have to get out of here.
What are you talking about, Doc?
This place was bad. Everything bad that happened here is still here. It wants us.
In the novel, Jack Torrance is a difficult character, but he's fundamentally a sympathetic character. And I always visualized him as a piece of metal that's bent first one way and the other by these malignant spirits who basically want his son because his son is a psychically powerful person.
Love Steve's performance in The Shining. I mean, a lot of people do. A lot of people say that's the best Shining.
But the Kubrick film obviously is this iconic.
Do you both love The Shining, the original Shining?
I love the it's great. It's a great movie.
It's a great goddamn movie. You know that movie? Stephen King didn't like that movie.
Well, that's why they say that the car on the road that's crashed on the road, and in Stephen King's version there was a red car, so Kubrick crashed that car, and then it was a yellow car. So he actually put shit in the movie to like troll Stephen King, which is kind of amazing.